Hello, fourth graders, and welcome to our second unit for our Writer's Workshop. In our second unit, called Boxes and Bullets, we will be looking at writing personal and persuasive essays. We look forward to this new unit. Please make sure you have your pencil and writing journal available for this first session of Unit 2. In our second unit, you will be writing essays. Fourth graders, you'll be writing about big ideas rather than small moments. This is the kind of writing people do a lot of in middle school, high school, and especially college. Learning how to write essays is a skill that will take you great places in life. Writing essays is a skill that will get you scholarships and get you into great colleges. Now, whenever we start something new, it helps to see an example of what we're trying to make. Listen and look as I read you an essay written by someone your age. Think to yourself, I'm going to write in just that kind of a way. A true friend. No other relationship is like my great-grandmother's relationship with me. I really understand her. I could tell her anything, and every time I see her, I felt happy. The first reason my great-grandmother Evelyn was special to me is because I felt like I was the only one who really understood her. An example of that is when one day I went to her house. Everyone was getting ready for dinner. I noticed my great-grandmother Evelyn just sitting alone at the dinner table. I sat down next to her. My aunt came over. She asked Grandma, "What do you want to eat for dinner?" Why is she talking like that to Great-Grandma? Just because she is old doesn't mean that she is stupid, I thought to myself. My grandma didn't reply. This time I asked her, but now I would ask anyone. "Grandma, what do you want to eat for dinner?" "Whatever you are eating, Sophie," she said softly. I felt that if only everyone talked to her like that, maybe she would feel normal. She could tell that I really understood her. I really understood her because we talked to each other. I really understood her because we listened to each other. I really understood her because we spent time with each other. Sometimes you can get to know somebody without words. Not only did I understand her, but I knew I could tell her anything. An example of that is when one day at school I wasn't happy. Someone was bullying me. So I went to my great-grandmother's house. I sat down next to her. I put my hand on her hand. I told her what had happened. When she answered, she always made me feel like I was right. She never said, "Just stay away from him," or "Just ignore him, he'll stop." She always listened carefully, and she would say, "You're right, Sophie. You're doing the right thing." When she told me that, I forgot about why I was angry. I could tell her anything, because we didn't tell each other's secrets. I could tell her anything because we understood each other's problems. I could tell her anything because we didn't judge each other. Everyone should have somebody in their life they can tell anything to. Well, perhaps the most important reason why she was special was because when I saw her, I felt happy. I felt happy when I saw her on Hanukkah. It was a time when everyone was together. I felt happy when I saw her on Thanksgiving, because when we said our thanks, she always prayed for me. I felt happy when I saw her on her birthday, because everyone was there and peaceful. An example of how she makes me feel happy is, one day I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I was very cranky that day. I went to my great-grandmother's house. I slumped on the couch. I heard my great-grandmother's voice. "Sophie," she said, "why the long face?" She sat down next to me. "I'm just tired, that's all," I said. "Okay, do you want something?" she said. "I'm okay," I said to her. I put my head on her shoulder. I could tell that she was trying to make me feel better. I smiled. I realized that because of my great-grandmother, I was feeling good. I am always happy when I see my great-grandmother Evelyn. Every minute of the world is special when you have somebody to comfort. Although I can't spend time with her anymore, the memories I have of times we spent together are so precious. Just because she isn't actually here doesn't mean I don't feel her with me. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Love is the key to the problems of the world." I know that this love that we shared helps solve our problems. I will meet many other people in my life, but nobody will ever take her place. Fourth graders, today we'll do some shared writing in the air, working together to write a flash draft essay that you'll then each write onto paper. Writers, today we will learn that when writers write essays about their opinions, they structure their essays so that they communicate their thesis statement, in other words, their idea, and their reasons for their thesis statement. Sometimes writers refer to this as boxes and bullets. Now, usually when writers write essays, they start by making opinions of their own. But today we're all going to work with an opinion most of us probably share. I love ice cream. I love ice cream. I love ice cream because... I love ice cream because... And most of all, I love ice cream because... So as you can see, we're trying to figure out 3 reasons why we love ice cream. You might say, I love ice cream because you can add different toppings. You might say, I love ice cream because there are so many flavors. You might say, and most of all, I love ice cream because it's refreshing on a hot day. Well, now we have a thesis statement and reasons, what we call box and bullets. We have our plan. Now, if we write in the air one body paragraph, think of some details or evidence you can use to support the first reason. I love ice cream because you can add different toppings. I love ice cream for this reason, a second reason, and a third reason. This particular slide shows you the thesis statement with the following 3 reasons all inside the box. The 3 bullet points follow. 1 reason with the thesis statement, following that with evidence. A second reason, that this I love ice cream or thesis statement with reason and 3 pieces of evidence. And a third, the third bullet point with thesis statement, reasons, and evidence. These are examples. This is an example of how you are going to write today. Here's our in the air writing practice. The first reason I love ice cream is because you can add different toppings. There are at least 16 kinds of candy to put on ice cream, maybe more. That would be one reason. There's also stuff like shredded coconut. That would be a second reason. In addition, there are a lot of sauces to go on top too. Evidence or a third reason. Well, let's close this paragraph by referring back to key words from our thesis and our reason. The toppings are a reason I love ice cream. Now, writers, you are speaking like true essayists. Take everything you just did and flash draft this essay in 10 minutes. You are doing great. Keep writing up a storm. What I want you to do here is pause the video for a moment and actually practice writing the second reason. The second reason, if I go back to that slide, was I love ice cream because there are so many flavors. What I want you to do is put pencil to paper and take the second bullet point, I love ice cream because there are so many flavors. Make that your first sentence, and then write 3 ideas that fit that particular sentence. I love ice cream because there are so many flavors. Again, pause the video in order to do this, and then start the video again when you are ready. As you come back to our video, whenever you are doing new work, you should always be thinking about work that you've already learned to do, and make sure that your new work shows all that you have already learned. Push yourself and ask, how can I do more? How can I make this work even better? Our job today, our goal, was to write about why you love ice cream because there are so many flavors. If you got this far and did not pause the video, as we wind down our first writing lesson, I wanted you to practice the I love ice cream because there are so many flavors idea. Hopefully you wrote a few sentences about your favorite flavors and some examples of flavors. Maybe you enjoy mint chocolate chip or butter brickle. Maybe you are a vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate type of ice cream fan. But that's how you practice. So practice writing that as our first lesson today. Good luck, writers, on our first lesson.